This is absolute cuteness overload. I've made some Dollar Tree DIYs that are going to blow you away. I'm Jamie, the crafty DIY guy. Welcome back to my channel. Right, everyone, and for this first DIY, we're going to take this oversized burlap bow. I've also got these eucalyptus stems that I picked up from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to incorporate this into some items that I grabbed at Hobby Lobby. Now, I've had this M for quite some time. I've used this actually on a couple different DIYs, so we're going to repurpose this again. This is probably the best, like $3 or $4 I spent. I've also got this adorable bunny wood beaded wreath. You could easily make these with 3 of those beaded wreath forms that you can get at Dollar Tree in the Crafter Square section. So definitely don't be afraid to be creative. Now, I'm wanting to make something for my front door, and my thought on this is that I would kind of apply some of these eucalyptus stems and just kind of make something that's really fun and festive and customizable and, very, very personal for my front door. Now, I did see something like this that was at Kirkland's, and it was so expensive. I was shocked at how expensive it was. And even though I bought a couple of these things at Hobby Lobby, I used the discount and Dollar Tree and everything in between. So I'm still saving money with this, which I definitely love. Now, these stems, I was thinking that I would kind of do something like this, but I do need to trim these down a little bit. These are wrapped kind of in that kind of floral wire there. So I don't want to cut them down too much because I don't want them to fall apart. If they did fall apart, though, not a big deal. Of course, you can wire those together. I'm just going to take my lineman pliers here and I'm going to clip these out. I'm going to clip these down about halfway. That way, again, that kind of floral wire or that floral wrap that's wrapped around there will kind of stay intact. And the idea here is that I will kind of overlap them. I'm going to add a little bit of glue from my Surebonder glue gun here, and we are just going to kind of glue these on top. Now, you could totally just wire these on, and then you could change this out as much as you wanted to. The great thing about hot glue, of course, is that it does come off, and you could always pick this off of the beads very easily if you wanted to. I kind of did a combo here, I guess you can say. I wrapped it, or I added the hot glue, and then when I do end up adding my bow to it, I'm going to kind of flip this upside down, and I'm going to take that wiring that's on the bow, and we're just going to kind of wrap it or pull it around kind of to each side here, and then we're just going to do the twisty tie method, and we are going to just kind of tighten this bow on the center there and make sure that this is all ready to go. This is actually super, super cute. And again, you can use this so many different ways. I am going to kind of fluff the bow out a little bit here because I was kind of playing with it. And at first I was thinking that maybe this would be too big for the actual M and everything else that I was going to have on there. But you will see that I figured it out. Now, I spent some time kind of fluffing this out and playing with it, and you'll see that I end up doing this several times throughout the video because I want to, I guess it's just the OCD in me or something. I want to make sure that it's nice and pretty and just kind of have a visual look for it. Not a bad thing at all. I'm curious, what are your kind of quirks when you're working on your DIYs? Do you kind of step back? Do you kind of look at it from a distance? Like, what do you guys do? Now, I am going to go ahead and kind of trim up these tails a little bit. I'm going to make these shorter because I do not want these to hang in front of my M and block my lettering. So I'm just going to kind of dovetail them or ducktail them. I'm not sure exactly what this method is called, but I'm going to try and mimic it. And we're going to chop these up so they will be shorter. And you will see that I end up making them actually really, really shorter. And part of that is because I cut one of them the wrong way. And then I had to keep trimming it until I kind of got it the right way. But totally fine. It kind of worked out really good. I really like the way it looks. And then again, just kind of fluffing it out, just to kind of get an idea, visually of how everything is going to lay out. And now we're going to take that M, and I'm going to take that M eventually after I kind of finish fluffing here. And I'm going to take the M, and we're going to adhere it to the back of this. Now, what I did was I basically took the M and then took some twine and just kind of twisted it around the backside here. And then we're going to take the M and we are going to glue down that twine. That way the M kind of hangs from the beads, but it's still kind of adhered to the beads, if that makes sense. And this is going to be really, really cute. Now I'm going to use my little method here that I do with hot glue and my green tape. It works for me. It's solid. It hangs out. I love it. And by the way, how cute is this? I am so happy with this. It's going to look absolutely fantastic on my front door for Easter. So cute. I love this so much. And I saved a ton of money doing it myself. Now this next DIY is also an easy one. You're going to take one of these beaded trays that you can pick up from Dollar Tree now. I really like these, and I'm just not in love with the color. I'll tell you that right now. So I am going to take mine outside and I'm going to spray paint it. It's very cold, so I'm not filming outside as much, but I kind of want it to have a little bit of a weathered look. And I just did one kind of quick coat. Now you've got these Dollar Tree mirrors, and if you pop this mirror out of the frame, the mirror usually comes out of there pretty easily. You're going to take this frame and or this mirror rather, and you're going to add some hot glue onto the back of you could either do it on the back of the mirror, or you could do it exactly kind of like I'm doing in the video here, but just make sure that you're getting it kind of more on the center versus on the edges there, because this is the kind of the smaller size mirror, the original mirror. And look at that. You get to see behind the camera. This is super simple and easy. This is the way I film all my DIY videos. That's my cell phone. I'm literally using my iPhone for this kind of stuff. You can do that too. So we're going to go ahead and take some beads because I want to be able to hang this. And at first I was thinking that these beads would be really cute. I don't know really what I was thinking. I think I had the original color kind of in my mind. And I started kind of picking through my beads here, and I had my twine, and then I was like, no, that's not going to be cute. We got to change that up. So I did remember I had these beads, and I love these white beads that are already painted. These came from Christmas Garland. I'm telling you, if you can find Christmas Garland that is on clearance and you can buy every single color under the rainbow, you will never have to paint beads again. So I am going to add some white beads in here, and then I am going to mix it up, and I'm going to add in some gray beads as well because I really like that color combination. I thought about maybe even adding some natural beads, but I ended up just kind of sticking with the gray and white kind of version here. I'm curious, what color beads would you use on this? Would you have just used all white, or do you like the gray? The only thing I haven't found in the beads yet are navy blue beads, or at least a large amount of them, because you know me, I love my navy blue. I feel like I need some navy blue in my life. Now, for this next thing, I am going to use that twine and that tape method again. We're going to add this to the back of our mirror, and look at this. You've got the cutest mirror. So easy. It's definitely got that really cool look to it. I feel like this would be something you'd see at Kirkland's. And again, I love this so much. Now for this next DIY, I'm going to take this autumn sign that I have left over. I love these wood signs that they're coming out with the Dollar Tree that had this beaded garland attached to it. I also love these that have this backing on them that's very similar to a picture frame. Now I have these bunnies that I've already painted up. I just painted the one side of them because we're gluing the unfinished side to the project that we're going to be doing. And then I have this great piece of plaid wallpaper, or not wallpaper, I'm sorry. This is the scrapbook paper. And I really like the way the white popped against the blue. Of course, you know me, and blue is going to be my favorite color. So if I'm going to be putting it in my home, I'm going to be doing it with a color scheme that I really like. Now, I just took the backing out of this. I could easily just cover this with a piece of paper that is cut out, and then I have the autumn sign to repurpose again. But we know that I do a lot of DIYs, and there's a highly big, long, solid chance, I can't talk, that I'm going to be buying another kind of autumn sign or making another kind of autumn sign. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this. Now, you could certainly use Mod Podge if you like, but I like using a glue stick. A glue stick for me is always solid. I've never had any issues with it peeling or coming up. If it's Mod Podge, I usually make a mess, and I think that's just because I'm probably not doing the Mod Podge correctly. So go ahead and just add a ton of hot glue, or not hot glue, but the glue stick onto the back of this. And you're going to take your scrapbook paper. You could do this with fabric. You could do this with burlap. You could do this with cork. You could do this with a lot of different things. And we are going to just cover that backing up. Now, I guess I'm doing this kind of unconventionally, but I just didn't want to trace and then cut it out. So I figured I would just glue it. I am going to take this little roller that I've got here. We're just going to roll that. That came from Deco Art, I believe, and I got that on the website. So you could certainly grab one of those if you wanted to look for one of those. A rolling pin would also work really good. Now that it's just kind of set up and I've rolled it around a little bit, I'm just going to take a nice long pair of scissors and I'm just going to cut around it. I'm going to shift it just a little bit before that glue dries because I've got a little bit of extra space on that one side. And literally we're going to try and pick it up here. And then I'm just going to cut this away. And then the great thing is that I've got that leftover scrapbook paper that I can add into my pile. For the bunnies, they're a little big for this, so I'm going to take my bunnies and I'm just going to use my frame. I'm going to use my frame as the kind of ruler there to kind of make a line on the bunnies where I need to trim the bunnies up just a little bit. I want to make sure, obviously, that these fit within the actual the actual frame. So I'm going to take this blue Sharpie marker that I have here, and we're just going to do a quick line across the bottom of the bunny, and then I'm going to repeat this with the other bunny. Now, I realized when I grabbed my painted bunny stash, I have a whole stash of painted bunnies, that I had two bunnies that were the same, and we can't have that. I wanted to have some different bunnies with this. So I did take this guy and kind of put him aside, and then I grabbed another painted bunny and we used that one. Then I just took my miter shears out and I just chopped away at the bunnies and trim those up. And we're going to now add them to our frame. Now, to do this, I'm going to go ahead and just glue one down. As you can see, it works perfectly. Then I'm going to take a piece of the bunny that I trimmed away because I want these to kind of overlap with each other and I want them to kind of be solid and stand. So I'm going to use that piece that I chopped away there to kind of add some more glue to this and kind of raise it up a little bit. And when it's all done, this is how cute it is. How adorable is this sign? You could certainly personalize this. You could emphasize it with a little bit of shadowing if you wanted to, or you could keep it contemporary like I've got here. You could add names to it. So many cute options. Now for this next DIY, I'm going to take this burlap flag that you can get from Crafter Square. And these are kind of like pennant flags. They're garland and they're super cute. And then I'm going to spell out the word bunny. And we are going to get these painted up. Now I took those outside and I spray painted them white. And we've got the word bunny here. And this is going to be so, so cute. Now we're going to take our garland, our kind of burlap flags here, and we're going to take them out of the packaging. And I did want to kind of spice these up a little bit, or at least give them a little bit of variety. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually take these off of the twine that they come with, because I want to be able to add some beads and different things to the center of my burlap squares, but you can't really do that when they're on the string. Now, the only disadvantage to this, unless you have like a long needle or something like that, or maybe even a skewer, it's not going to be really easy to put the twine back through those holes. But no worries, it's not a done deal by any means. And you're gonna see what we do here in just a second. So after I've got everything done, now we're going to take some beads and we're going to string those beads all along the garland. That way I have some beads that I can put between each one of those pennant flags. Now that I've gone ahead and done that and I have a nice string of colorful beads here, I am going to take my twine We're going to lay that down. We're going to take a couple of beads. We're going to push those forward. And then I'm going to take one of my garland pennant flags here. And we're going to just take it and we're going to add a little bit of hot glue. And then we're going to fold this over. And it actually makes it a little smaller, which is kind of perfect because it's the perfect size for my letters to spell out the word bunny. Now, I've taken each one of my letters here and I've glued them down. Now, you really didn't think I misspelled bunny, did you? So I've got this little burlap bunny and this is like a little treat bag. And I thought, how cute would it be to replace one of the letters with the bunny head instead? Now, I've got this little chamois cloth or this little... I think it's a chamois cloth. And I thought it would be perfect because it's kind of, fluffy and I can stuff it inside the bunny bag there pretty easily. And we're going to do that to kind of give our bunny a little bit of dimension. Now, the cool thing about this is that it does stay kind of fluffy, but the not so cool thing about it is the bag is kind of square. So we're going to take our bunny and we're going to kind of end up folding over those corners and kind of gluing everything together. We're going to give them a little bunny facelift. And we're going to round out that face as much as possible. When we've got it all stuffed and everything, then we're going to go ahead and seal the top of the bag. And then I am going to cut away these little strings because we're going to add a little bit of a bow at the top of that. And then also I am going to want to go ahead and glue down the ears. That way they just kind of stay down a little bit. And then I will add the bow in place there. I love the way that this bow looks, especially with the pops of the blue and the white and the yellow beads. Everything goes together really good. And how beautiful is this on my mantle? I love this so much. I think it's so adorable. And I know you guys thought I was spelling bunny wrong. Right, so for this next DIY, we are going to take this mess. This is leftover from Easter a couple years ago. I had this kind of carrot garland that I created, and then I had some other garland carrots from Dollar Tree. They all got twisted and twined together, so I'm like, all right, let me see how I can repurpose this. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut away some of this twine. We're going to pull it off of all of these carrots, and we are going to... end up using that twine, and we are going to use some of the carrots. But first we got to kind of untangle this mess and separate all of this. Now, the great thing about those beads is that I can cut this string off on the end here. I can get out my little bead container that's got my kind of gray and neutral colors in here. And I can snip off the end there, and then we can just start feeding all of those beads right into my little pencil box here. This is a fantastic way of storing. And then I can just kind of pull these carrots off, and I can use these carrots and kind of gather all of that twine off of there. So after this is all said and done, I'm going to have a nice little pile of orange thread that I can use. And I've got these shower curtain rings from Dollar Tree. By the way, if you saw Whitney's video from Whiskey and Wit, how cute and how crazy and how fun is it that she also created something very similar on her channel. If you haven't checked it out yet, please check it out. The moment I saw her thumbnail with her carrot napkin rings on it, I was like, what? And I sent her a text and was just like laughing. It's so funny how we just come up with the same ideas sometimes. I feel like personally I am in very good company if I'm coming up with very similar DIYs to what Whitney is doing. So cheers to creativity and cheers to everything Dollar Tree. So go ahead and take your napkin rings, and then you're just going to start wrapping your twine around those napkin rings. And you can do this in a couple different ways. You could just glue it down kind of like I did, and then just kind of add hot glue every, couple of inches, I guess, or half inches, or you could tie it on there and then start wrapping it around. It's totally up to you. I do think gluing it down is a little easier because with the twine being on the plastic and everything, it kind of like rolls a little bit or moves around a little bit if you don't have something to kind of anchor it down. I did end up using kind of 2 pieces of twine per napkin ring. Now, this is kind of one of those busy project things, right? You just kind of sit down, you watch a movie, you listen to some music, and you just kind of wrap each one of those. God forbid if you have a seating for 12 and you want to add 12 of these to your table, but if you've got the time and you've got the creativity, I say go for it and just enjoy the process. Now, I did completely wrap 2 of these napkin rings, and when it was all said and done, the open space kind of at the top there, that is where I glued one of the carrots down. So when you glue the carrot down, it's super, super cute. Now, you can certainly burn away any kind of the fuzzies or anything like that on the twine to kind of get it, just, you know how twine is. Sometimes it's got those little furries on them. But how cute is this? I love these against my blue and cream colored napkins. That's going to really pop on my table for Easter. I love these so much. And definitely, again, go and check out Whitney's video as well. How cool. Great minds think alike, right? This next DIY is so easy. These beaded trays are amazing. They come in the circular shape. They also have this kind of rounded oval shape. You can take these and spray paint these and use these for all different kinds of things. I took mine and spray painted it a couple coats of white just to get it nice and clean. I never paint the bottoms, just be okay with it. I'm okay with it. And I took my Dollar Tree bunnies here. I updated their necks with this ribbon and bows. And how cute is this? Such a cute setup for Easter. Now, I've got a ton of bunnies here, and I did take these all outside, and I did spray paint them all white. So I've got a bunch of these that I can use for projects in the future. And this was kind of perfect because I found these clips, these little rainbow clips that you can get at Dollar Tree. And I thought, how cute are these? Because they're kind of spring and they're kind of festive, and you can use these for a lot of different things. Now, the little clothespin clips that are on here, they also come with the little rubber like window kind of stick-em things that you can put, like suction cups. That's what they're called, not stickums. But take your twine, take your clothespins, you can kind of separate them and move them around, and you can kind of do whatever you want with them. Now, I think this could be cute, just kind of with what I did, and just kind of create a bunny garland or an alternative bunny garland. Now, you could also take these and you could alternate your bunnies. You could put one bunny and then a photo and then a family photo and a bunny and beads, and you can really have a lot of different fun with them. Now, you can also find these smaller clothespins in the Crafter Square section at Dollar Tree. So if you even wanted to make this a lot longer, and there's only 8 in this package, but you could certainly add more, or you could have 8 bunnies and then have more clips for family photos. This is totally up to you. And right now this is just kind of hanging on my wall because I've got the really cute big bunny on the garland on the mantle right now. But how cute is this? So much fun, so much creativity. This could be really cute in a kid's room. All right, you guys, let me know in the comments below which projects were your favorite. I definitely think the first probably 2 projects were my favorite. I love the bunny M for the front door. It looks incredible against my yellow front door. And then I also really love the bunny garland, which I know you guys thought I was misspelling the word bunny for a minute there. As always, thank you guys so much for being here. We are getting closer and closer to that 100K mark. I'm at like 86,000. Definitely share my channel, share the YouTube link, and invite your friends to like my channel as well. That would be so helpful. There's all kinds of really fun playlists and all kinds of fun things here on YouTube to check out. And I look forward to bringing you more content very, very soon. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.